Hello everyone, I'm Kim and welcome to my sewing room. To my regular subscribers, I apologise for the lateness of this video. I am still having IT issues, but I am still videoing and I'm trying to upload my videos as soon as I can. So I do apologise, but bear with me, I am working on that IT issue that I have. At the moment in the UK, the weather has been really up and down. One day it's wet and cold, and the next day the sun is out and everybody's in dresses and flip-flops and shorts, and then we go back to it being wet and cold. And today is a wet and cold day, so I have dressed accordingly, and I am wearing my first attempt at the Style Arc Kennedy hoodie, and I really like the features of this hoodie because it has a front flap along with the kangaroo pocket, and I've accompanied it with a pair of my Seaforth pants that I made, the camouflage one. So I'll stand up so you can just get a quick look at what I'm wearing, and it really does represent today because it's cold, wet and grey, so I'm wearing grey. So here we go. So this is the hoodie. It's just got a front placket which finishes below the bust with this pocket flap and the kangaroo pocket itself, and it has become quite a favourite hoodie of mine. I really do like it, though these things here really get on my nerves, so I think I might actually take those off because they don't serve any purpose at all. And I have twinned it with my camouflage Seaforth pants. So I don't know if you can see the fabric, but I love these Seaforth pants, and I have worn these quite a lot. And they have the nice zipped pockets in the front, which I really like the feature of those. Because of my IT issues, I have been all over the place this week. I can't seem to get settled into doing anything. But saying that, I have managed to make two things. So I made my daughter a pyjama set. So a few weeks ago I made myself a pair of pyjamas, long sleeve, long leg pyjamas, Simplicity 9217, and I absolutely love them. Made myself anymore. I thought I would make my daughter a set. So I made her the short sleeved version with the short shorts. So this is the top, and I love these lime green buttons that I got from Minerva to sit on the front there, and also the piping, which I seem to be doing now on my pyjamas, and I really like that sort of pop of colour that makes that pocket stand out. And yes, it's a really fresh colour, and funnily enough, I did buy this fabric from Poundland. I bought quite a bit of fabric from Poundland to make some more pyjamas for myself, but I don't know, I just thought these look really nice, and I'd have a go at making Rachel, my daughter, a set. So, and these are her short shorts, so they go really well. And on the pyjamas I made for myself, I found that when I was wearing them, I couldn't determine, without really looking, which is really hard when you're trying to get ready for bed and you haven't got your glasses on, you can't determine which is front and back of your pyjamas. So on Rachel's, I've used one of these lovely labels that I seem to be getting into these labels at the moment. So I've got this one here which says "Stitched with Love," and that will also help Rachel obviously put her pyjamas on the right way round. So my second make of this week is the Butterick 6901 waistcoat. Now I had bought some fabric to some twill fabric to make this up initially, but as you know from a previous video I've been working on a twill for this waistcoat. I haven't made a waistcoat before, and my bust is fairly big, and so I always have to go up to the larger sizes and adapt to my pattern. Now when I look at the sizes, I always have to go around about a size 20, 22, and it always feels so big because it doesn't relate at all to the clothes I wear, you know, from shop bought clothes. So sometimes you are a little bit hesitant about picking the sizes, and sometimes I wish instead of them using size numbers that they would actually use size letters, because we get so hung up on sizing. But for this particular pattern, the bust size that I needed to select was 20, so I selected 20 and I made a twirl, and I found because this is quite a close fitting garment, when I made my twirl up I had quite a bit of excess fabric from the bust apex through to the sleeve. So because there's only one dart in this pattern, there are darts on the front panel, so I had to manipulate that excess fabric down through the garment into that dart at the bottom fronts of the waistcoat. So I did that and I made my twirl up and I got it to fit. Now this garment is really quite close fitting, and as a first attempt at making this waistcoat I'm quite pleased, but I definitely need to make some adjustments. So I did not use the fabric that I initially bought to make this garment up. I found some remnant fabric, and the remnant fabric was a stretch denim that I made this Atenas jacket in. So I was quite pleased because I thought once waistcoat's made up it would actually go quite nice with the Atenas. So I made the jacket, the waistcoat up. I'm really pleased with it, and it does fit very closely to the body. And because this denim has a little bit of stretch in it, it is very comfortable, so it doesn't feel restrictive at all. So I managed to get it made out of the remnant of stretch denim and also some satin fabric that I had also left over from previous project. Now the pattern itself said that you had to interface all of the main fabric. I didn't do that. And the reason why I didn't do that is because this denim is quite thick, and I didn't want to lose the stretch that was in this denim. So what I did do is I just interfaced around the seam line. So I will put a picture up of how I interfaced around the seam line, and I just did that so that I got a crisp edge to the edges and the bottom of the waistcoat, and for me it worked quite well. So I'm going to stand up and show you the waistcoat first of all with the Atenas jacket on, so you can see how it works well with jacket. And I'm quite pleased that I've actually managed to make it work with something I've already got in my wardrobe, because you know I'm trying to coordinate my wardrobe a bit better. First of all, I'll stand up, you can see it with the jacket, and then I will take the jacket off and you can see it on its own. So here's the waistcoat underneath. You can see how it's very close fitting, and you can see where the fabric in the jacket over time it is faded. So this is a little bit darker, but I'm assuming this will also fade down to match the colour of the jacket. Now when I made the jacket, too small for myself, but I just use this as a summer jacket, so it doesn't bother me because it always stays open. and I think because of that you can showcase this waistcoat off quite nicely. So with the waistcoat I added some jeans studs, which I applied with the green machine, and I have the studs on the jacket as well, and I also lined it with some satin that I had left over. So I've got some lovely satin which is super soft and therefore makes it easy to get on and off. So with the jacket off, you can see it a bit better. And thankfully, because it has been made in this stretch denim, it has given it a little bit of movement, which is quite good because it is very close fitting and probably a little bit too close fitting, but as a first attempt I'm quite pleased with it. And at the back I've also used the satin in the back, and it has this tie. I'm not sure about the tie because the tie just seems to flop down, so I don't know whether to stitch it further into the back of the panel, and so that I can put a bow in and it doesn't sort of drape so much, because you can see it sort of comes from way from the sides here, so I might stitch it so it sort of comes nearer into the middle. But as a first attempt at making this waistcoat, really pleased with it, and I will wear it. And but I had the other fabric that I initially bought to make this waistcoat, so I now know what changes I will make to it. And one thing I always forget to do it, because I made the twirl, I always forget about my height. So I'm 5'7", and sometimes I forget that I need to add a little bit more length to my bodice, between half an inch and an inch, and it just brings it a little bit more down and more fitted around my waist. So I need to maybe do that next time. But as you know, I've put all of this information on my project sheet, so when I do come to make this a second time, I've got all that information and I can make the necessary changes. I've already made those changes to my traced pattern anyway, so that when I pull it out next time I don't have to worry about doing that. I can just get on with cutting the fabric out and sort of getting on with the job. So this is my second make, and I am really pleased with it. I don't know when I'll make my second waistcoat, because I am hoping that the weather is changing for the better, and I really want to get on to making some prettier, more colourful garments. So that's my second make finished. So what else have I been up to in my sewing room this week? Well, I have been quite busy working on the commission work that I was given a while back. So I have been concentrating on trying to get as much of that done as I can, because I really want to get it finished and out to the customer. So she asked me to make 4 Alfie Rabbits, and along with the Alfie Rabbits, each of them will have a shirt, waistcoat and trousers. So I have started making the rabbit. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4, and I have an extra one, and I've made this extra one for Daisy, so that Daisy has a shelf friend, and I have been promising her a friend for a long time. So I have made this extra one for her, and I've made it with some of the fabric that is made Rachel's pyjamas in. So she will have a friend, and I might dress my own, well, Daisy's friend, in different clothes. So instead of her being dressed in trousers, a waistcoat and shirt, I think I'm going to make her a dress and a coat, but we'll see. There I go, being ambitious again. But yeah, so all the rabbits have been finished for the customer, and now I have to work on the clothes. I have been working on those as well. So I've managed to churn out a few shirts. So I have this shirt here, number 1, got a lovely yoke on the back with a pleat. It's also this one, same shirt, but this one, it has a little pleat at the front for the shirt sleeve, and a checked one the same. And I just quickly ran up a waistcoat this morning, so there's a waistcoat. So I still have a few, one more shirt to make, 3 waistcoats and 4 pairs of trousers, but the shirts take the longest, so I'm glad I've nearly got those finished. So once they're finished, I've got the arduous task of sewing on those tiny little snap poppers, which I don't particularly like doing, but I will just get on with them in the evening and set myself a task of doing 1 item of clothing each evening, so that I just work on that slowly and get those finished. So I'm hoping to get in contact with the customer soon and set a date, so that I have something that keeps me focused and I can get those finished and meet up with her and give her her lovely rabbits. They've been an absolute pleasure, to make, and I've really enjoyed making them. Right, I think that is it for this week. Thank you to all of my lovely subscribers, and always appreciative of your continued support each week and coming back to see what I've been up to in my sewing room. So I hope you all have a lovely week, and I will see you all very soon. Take care. Bye.